Okay, so as you must know, tomorrow is election day. We are in the year 7 of the pandemic, also known as 6 months. We have to decide between Stewie and Cartman from South Park as our presidents. Now, I know I'm not the only one tired of getting the text messages, the emails, the mail, and seeing all of the campaign things every 15, 30 minutes, watching TV or on YouTube more than that of this campaign. This year alone has been a serious mindfuck. We have to continue to deal with police brutality. We have to continue to deal with racism. We have to continue to deal with stupidity. We have to continue dealing with our kid and their bullshit. We have to continue to deal with our bosses, our co-workers, our landlords, our bills, and then the gall to deal with COVID-19 and the pandemic and the news and the posts and the panic and the looting and the job closings and delayed unemployment and the arrogance of motherfuckers thinking they're balling because they got that extra 600 a month for a while. Now it's getting colder. Summer has left like bitches' edges, and niggas have came in with the cold weather like unplanned pregnancy. It is getting out of hand. I'm tired. You not see the bags under my eyes. You don't know how many gray hairs I have because it is hidden behind these extensions. I don't know what to expect out of this election. We all know that politicians will say anything to win. Will things get better? I don't know. All I know is the richer get richer and the poorer get poorer. But considering that we've all been in this pandemic and we have been home, or even though we're working through the pandemic, most have been working more because of the pandemic, and I commend you for that with our healthcare workers and people out there that are out there more than ever making sure that things run somewhat smoothly. I hope that we don't revert back to the toilet paper pandemic, the Lysol pandemic. I hope that we don't have to sit here and think that we're going to pay $6 for AIDS, $10 for bread because the people want to be price gouging. As you can see, I'm tired, as this braid is tired from staying in one place on my head. It is tired. Now, I hope that we've learned through the pandemic how to work with our mental health. It is a November. It is around the colder seasons, around the holidays, where suicide rates and mental health has been going up. And it has been going up more so because of the pandemic, because people aren't getting their proper medicine or the proper counseling due to things be shutting down or limited. So please check on your loved ones. Please check on your friends. And may I remind you that even the ones that look so super fucking strong and look like they got together are usually the ones that need the most help. So there's a lot of things going on, especially in Philly. I have a lot of family in Philly. I have friends in Philly, and I know there's a lot's been going on with the protests and the shootings and the looting. And even then, so we still have natural disasters around the world. We still people are going through SARS in Nigeria. There's just so much going on in 2020. So we are coming closer to 2021. It's crazy what we have gone through from March as opposed to now we're in the second day of November. If you have made it this far, I need you to thank God or whoever you believe in that you have made it this far, because most people have lost it. Most people have killed themselves, hurt themselves, or hurt others because they are not mentally strong to go through this pandemic. Now, a lot of kids around here are doing a lot of online learning. My oldest went back to school. My youngest is still doing online learning. She can care less if she see them kids ever again. So, I just want to remind you that everything we're going through now is temporary. I know it's easier said than done. I know anybody could sit here and give you the words of wisdom or what have you. However, we are going to make it. It's been a mental mindfuck. Remember when they said 2 weeks and they lied? Now we are in 6 fucking months of this pandemic and stupidity and ignorance. So I wish everyone the best. Make sure you do something that helps you channel through the fuckery of the world, because that's what we're going through, the fuckery. I know people have lost loved ones of due to cancer or natural causes, or even COVID. I pray for you, ladies. I know this is hard for us to go out and date because of the pandemic. Be mindful of these fuck boys, fuck women, and just know that this is the best time to get to know someone. Considering that where everything is limited, be careful who you allow in your households, who you allow in your space, and who you allow in your mental health, because this is not the time to be sitting around kikiing over bullshit, especially if you have children, if you have bills, if you have obligations, period. Just watch yourselves. And we're going to get through this. It's just been like forever. Like, are we going to deal with this for another 3 months? Is this like a pregnancy thing? Like, I don't know. Every time I turn around, it's a new symptom of something. Now we got to deal with this election tomorrow. On top of work, the kids don't have school tomorrow, but we still have work. And hopefully things will turn around quick for the better. I mean, we hope, right? I mean, we can't look into a crystal ball, because if we looked into a crystal ball and they would have told us what was happening today was going to happen, like, I don't know, like a year ago, we probably would have been better prepared, because none of us are prepared. And I hope y'all went out and vote. If y'all didn't vote, I hope you go vote. I hope you voted already. I hope you registered. I know that we're all going to sit here and say it, like, what's the point? Everything stays the same, and this, that, whatever. Yeah, but you got to remember how our people fought just to vote. And Blackish has covered a nice rendition on voting, so you can watch it with your kids. They also did a nice thing where they had an episode which talks about online learning and everything. That's something. Black is a good show that you can talk if you want to have an introductory or an extended talk with your kid about what's going on. I know we've been flooded with news, mostly bad news. I know that it's a good time, but or some of us are distancing ourselves from watching the news because it's just such horrible things going on. As much as you want to block it from your memory, stay informed, but don't make it a habit of which you're just sitting there hours on end having all this information in here, because that's also fucking your mental mind state up. And they will report the bad things before they report the good things. That's just with any platform, with any news, with any information, just so you know that. So Make sure that you're doing something that helps you. If you have to distance and cut off people, do it. If you haven't done it, do it now. This is 6 months. This is going halfway through the year of the pandemic, or just in general. Cut people off. I don't give a fuck if it's family, if it's friends, if it's coworkers, if it's neighbors. Cut them off. If you can't completely cut them off, distance yourself as much as possible, because you do not need the extended stress. We're already dealing in a pandemic. We're already dealing with the election. We're already dealing with the racism and inequality of the world. We're already dealing with the stress from work, from bills, from unemployment, from our children not being able to see their friends, from going out and doing what we normally do. So just cut off as much bullshit as you can. And I know I say this earlier in earlier videos, but just do that. Just cut them off, because you don't need it. You don't need the stress. We only live once. Uh, I know Thanksgiving's coming up. I know October has passed. Halloween has passed. Now everybody's getting ready to sit there and figure out how they're going to do Thanksgiving, how they're going to do Christmas, how they're going to do New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And we're all still dealing with this in a pandemic. So don't stress yourself out. Keep in contact with your friends and family as much as you can, because we have come so far as we did as when I was a child in the 90s. Could you imagine dealing with the pandemic in the 90s with the dial-up internet, and the only source of things that we have if we didn't have cable is Blockbusters? So enjoy the simple things. If you can share accounts, share accounts. If you can get people off your accounts, get them off. Because I know Netflix is about to bump their prices up, and you don't need that in your life with everybody mooching off your account, friend. You do not have to do that. Please watch your sexual health. Please make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you eat right. I'm not saying be as fit as these fitness instructors or anything. Do some sort of activity. I know sex is an activity, but do other things. And make sure you protect yourself. Make sure that you do exercise. If you have to meditate, if you have to listen to music or whatever, distance yourself from your kids. Do that, because we gotta get through this pandemic soon, fast, and in a hurry. I don't know when it's gonna end. I'm going through it just like you. So I wish you all well. We'll see what happens on election day. I'm out.